Hey everybody, it's Molly with All Ears, and I'm here at Epcot today with a brand new video. We've done this at Animal Kingdom, we've done it at Hollywood Studios, and now it's Epcot's turn. We're going to show you how to have the perfect day here at Epcot. So I'm going to be showing you how to avoid long waits for your favorite attractions, a couple of under the radar activities and eats that you maybe haven't thought of, some of the best snacks in the park, some of the best rides in the park, basically how to plan the best day ever when you come to Epcot. I hope you're ready, I hope you're excited. We got a lot to do. I am here at Epcot. It is 10:05. The park officially opens at 11. I can't tell if they're letting people in or not, but we are moving a little bit, so they may be letting people into park at Epcot earlier than they were at Hollywood Studios. If you remember at Hollywood Studios, they let me in 45 minutes before the park officially opened, and this is now 55 minutes before the park opened. Okay, now's the time. Are we going right? Are we going left? We're going left, guys. We're gonna try and get Test Track out of the way and hope this isn't a terrible plan. I think that's where a lot of people are gonna be going. Not gonna lie, Epcot's not normally a park I would rope drop because my favorite thing to do is eat and drink things. But Epcot is one that, because it doesn't have a ton of rides, the wait times get pretty long. The long ones end up being Test Track, Soarin. Soarin varies. Soarin goes like this all day. Test Track stays pretty long. Mission Space can get long because it's only one party per cabin, so the capacity issue. Spoiler alert, we're not riding Mission Space today. This is the perfect day. It's spring break now, so I will consider this day a success if, like in Hollywood Studios, we don't wait longer than like 35-ish, 40 minutes for anything. Rolling up on Test Track now. It started at a 50. I'm gonna talk to the cast members and see if that's accurate or not. Okay, the cast member said 50 was pretty accurate, so I left. This may be the dumbest thing I've ever done. But he said if I come back after 6, it'll likely be less. So I think we're gonna take the gamble on Test Track and ride it later. Now, I say the gamble because Test Track closes a lot for technical difficulties. So if it's a must-do for you and it's running when you first get here, just get on it. We may have lost valuable minutes walking that way first. So maybe what I'm showing you is that you should go to the land first, because Soarin also gets a pretty lengthy line. I think most people in the morning go to Soarin or Frozen or Test Track. And I looked at the wait times in the last few days, and Soarin got up there. It had a pretty long line for a few times during the day, over an hour. Hello. Is 40 accurate, would you say? Okay. All right. Casper said that's pretty accurate, but we're gonna clock it, and the timer starts now. My plan is to do Soarin and then check the weights, because it may be smarter to go do Spaceship Earth next. Thank you. All right, we've already moved down this way. It's been about 5 minutes. Now you could wait here for a few minutes because I got to cycle through a few rides, but fingers crossed this doesn't take a full 40. This is going great. Hello. Just one. Thank you. All right, so for Soarin, they're doing kind of this odd thing where only some people see the pre-show now, and some people stand back here. Just one. So I'm #blessed because I'll get to see Patrick.
Hello and welcome to Soarin.
Would you believe me if I told you it took less than 10 minutes to be right here and watch the whole pre-show? And now I'm about to board. So 40 minutes was slightly overestimated. Okay, it took 10 minutes to get through the queue into my buddy Patrick, and then a few more minutes to obviously load everybody onto the ride and such, but still, a 10-minute wait when it was posted 40. Clearly, coming to Soarin is the way to go first. And now we have just a few more minutes before the park officially opens, and I am scooting towards the front again, because if there's anything else that's going to get a longer line nearby, it's Spaceship Earth. Okay, the wait time's just populated on the app, and I can see it on the sign now. 15-minute posted wait, clocking it, but that's pretty good considering I know it's going to shoot up to 45 minutes or an hour or longer later today. And this one should move pretty quickly because it's an Omni mover. I talk about this in every video where I ride a bunch of rides, but the wait times right now, because there's no fast pass, solely are judged on how fast they can get people on and off the rides and their capacity, which is why Omni mover rides like Spaceship Earth, like Peter Pan's Flight, like Haunted Mansion move super, super quickly because they're constantly moving and they can load every single vehicle. Attractions like Pirates of the Caribbean and the Jungle Cruise, which are boats that take a long time to get people on and off and they can't load to full capacity, are going to get longer waits. It's been just over 10 minutes and I'm almost inside, so I'd say 15 minutes is pretty accurate, but it's already a lot longer than when I got in line, so I feel like I got in line just in the nick of time.
Watched over by Arab and Jewish scholars, calling it the first backup system. The box every year as a result of an incredible explosion of innovation recorded.
So it's about 11:30. That means it's breakfast time, or as some people might say, brunch time. Now would be a great time to grab a little something to eat. Now, if you remember from some of my other videos, I said don't come into the park and immediately go get food because you're wasting that valuable, not long line time. Because Epcot opens at 11, there's a lot of great brunch, late breakfast, early lunch options for you. Normally, I would say let's go to Les Halles, let's go to France, let's go to the bakery. We're going to go there later. But for now, we're going to try something because it's the Flower and Garden Festival. We can do a little something extra. But first, we're going to get a coffee. Okay, I have acquired my favorite standard issue in-park coffee. That is a black shaken Jamaican cold brew from Joffrey's. You can get it at any of the Joffrey's carts in any of the parks. This is my favorite, like, non-specialty thing. And I'm going to take it over to our first eating spot. For our first feeding of the day, we're going to stop by the Sunshine Griddle. This is a new booth for the Flower and Garden Festival this year. The Flower and Garden Festival just kicked off. I did a whole hour-long video about it, everything you can do, some of the best eats. But for the first time ever, Epcot has a brunch booth, which is my dream come true. So we're going to have a little brunch bite here for our first feeding at the Flower and Garden Festival, because if you come to Epcot during a festival, you gotta check it out. That's one of the best things about Epcot. And it's very rare to come to Epcot without a festival these days. In fact, this festival, Flower and Garden, started March 3rd. It's gonna go all the way to July 5th. It's the longest festival Epcot's ever had. So, and then after that, Food and Wine will start sometime this fall. And then Festival of the Holidays and then Festival of the Arts. It's the best. I decided to go for the avocado toast because I am very basic and I love avocado toast. So it's got a bunch of goat cheese on it, avocado ciabatta bread, some tomatoes, yum, that looks amazing. And then I've also, again, got my shaken Jamaican cold brew, which is my favorite standard issue coffee that you can get in a Disney park. And by that I mean not a seasonal beverage, aka not a pumpkin flavored beverage. There's plenty of seating around Epcot. You just kind of got to look around a little bit. Like this whole section right here, nobody else is in it except for me. The section right next to the Sunshine Griddle, though, is completely full. So kind of look around. It can be hard on the weekends or the busy days like today to find tables at Epcot, especially in World Showcase, but they have put a bunch of them out. So just kind of look around and hopefully you'll be able to find a table. Yes, please. Oh my gosh, that bread is so good. The bread is super buttery. Fresh avocado, you can tell that they have lime in that. Huge amounts of goat cheese. I love goat cheese. Oh, the shaken Jamaican, it's so good. I get it all the time. It's got notes of caramel and vanilla in it. I drink it black. So this to me is a perfect way to start the day. And now it's time to head into World Showcase because Future World's a little busy right now. I was just looking at the waits. The Seas has a 30-minute wait, which I kind of doubt it's that long, but I don't want to wait any time to ride the Seas. Mission Space has a 45-minute wait, and that's because most people come in and they do all the rides in the Future World. Spaceship Earth now has a 45-minute wait. Test Track has a 65-minute wait. Soarin has a 60-minute wait. Frozen Ever After has a 45-minute wait. Okay, so the Epcot experience is here inside the Odyssey Pavilion, which is that building as you head to World Showcase right near Mexico where First Aid and Baby Care are. And it's this really cool 360-degree screen and this model of Epcot that changes, and it talks about all the things coming to Epcot.
In fact, the heart of everything we'll be doing in Disney World will be our experimental prototype city of tomorrow.
Our timing was so good on the Epcot experience. I walked in and literally the show was starting. I don't like to walk in the middle of the presentation, even though you totally can. I just think it's more cohesive, obviously, if you go in at the beginning. And then Walt Disney's there, and it's like, oh, my heart. But I love that show. Definitely one of my under-the-radar things to do at Epcot. Things I'm most excited about. Before I watched all the Marvel movies, I probably would have said Remy's Ratatouille Adventure, which they just announced is opening on October 1st, which is Walt Disney World's 50th anniversary. But now that I've watched the Marvel movies, I gotta say Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind, which doesn't have an opening date yet, but it's gonna be that roller coaster where Universe of Energy used to be. You know, it's gonna be having an awesome soundtrack. Rocket, Groot will be there. I love Baby Groot. So I'm really excited about that. They have new technology for those cars that are gonna spin all the way around while you're on this coaster. It's gonna be awesome. But I definitely recommend checking out the Epcot experience, especially on a busy day, a great place to get some AC. And now we continue into World Showcase. We definitely want to get a margarita. That's on the must-do at Epcot for a lot of people, myself included. It's probably the number one whenever I say, like, what's your must-dos at Epcot? Everybody says get a margarita in Mexico. So there's 3 spots to get a margarita. You can get one at Chosen a Margarita, this stand right here. You can get one at the Cantina, which is the quick service restaurant on the right, or you can get one, hello, at La Cava del Tequila, which is inside the pyramid. So we're gonna see how long the line is to get to the pyramid, because that is my preferred margarita location. Okay, so we're in line for the pyramid. The cast member said it would be about 15 minutes to get inside there, which is not too bad considering I've seen this line literally be 2 hours long just to get inside. And since we're going inside, we may as well ride Grand Fiesta Tour, which has a posted 5-minute wait, and go to La Cava del Tequila to get our margarita. If you didn't want to wait in this line, I don't blame you. You could go to Chosen a Margarita, which probably has about a 10-minute wait from what I can see, or Cantina de San Angel, which is over here. Also makes a great margarita. A lot of people don't think to go there because it's the restaurant, but they make themselves a good margarita. You're in Mexico, you can't go wrong. But there's just more variety in the tequila bar, so that's why I prefer that one. One thing I would like to point out, if you have a dining reservation here at San Angel Inn, you don't have to wait in that whole long line that I waited in to get inside the pyramid. There is a placard, a sign outside that says check in for dining. You just have to show the cast member outside that you do in fact have a dining reservation, and they will let you in without waiting in that whole long line, so just so you know. There's also three reasons we want to ride Grand Fiesta Tour right now. Let's just say the 3 Caballeros aren't quite looking themselves. Oh my gosh, are you seeing what I'm seeing? This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Okay, I don't know if you noticed, but Donald and Jose and Panchito were flat. It is the most ridiculous saga where like there's something wrong with the animatronics. So at one point they literally replaced Donald with a plant with a sombrero on his head. It was maybe the funniest thing I've ever seen. Oh, at one point Jose fell over and then they replaced him with just a bunch of flowers. So there's clearly something wrong with the attraction. Like, I'm just saying Panchito better watch it. But anyway, all of them right now are just cardboard cutouts. La Cava del Tequila, a fan favorite. Grabbed a table outside. There's plenty of tables here up on the pyramid, or there is seating further down in Mexico. Mexico is kind of a choke point, so keep that in mind. Like, you can see right there where people get trapped together. So keep that in mind when you're going through Mexico. La Cava del Tequila is not doing anything but to-go drinks right now, so you can't sit at the bar, and all of the drinks are pre-made in the morning, and then they shake them and pour them out for you, so you can't do any customizations like you used to be able to. Normally, I would get El Diablo, which is my favorite drink from La Cava del Tequila. That's the one with mezcal and jalapenos. It's the spicy one. But I decided to mix it up and show you guys something different. So I just got a classic margarita. I can't remember the last time I just got a classic from in there. So there you have it. I'm going to enjoy it right here, because I do think a margarita in Mexico, if you're over the age of 21, is a must when you're at Epcot. Ooh, my goodness. That is delicious. Too many of those, I'd be like Jose and falling over on the Grand Fiesta Tour. Gotta mix it up a little bit because I can taste the tequila. I do miss when you could customize your drinks at La Cava. That was part of the fun, is talking to the bartenders and telling them what you like and didn't like, and they'd make something for you, or you could pick off the menu. They still have tons of tequila, so if you just want to try a tequila shot or tequila on the rocks, they sell the rocks tequila, literally. You could have the rocks tequila on the rocks. I've done it. It's very good. And they'll just give you like a bunch of limes and stuff for it. You can do that still. But as far as the cocktails go, they're all made in the mornings and then shaken, poured. So they still taste fresh and delicious, not like they came out of a machine, and they're still using good ingredients. So cheers. Tell me what your favorite margarita is. Next on our agenda, I think we're going to go ahead and get in line for Frozen Ever After. It has a posted 45-minute wait. I hope it doesn't actually take that long, because it's right here is where it starts, I believe. Hello! Where does the queue start?
Right this way.
Oh, great. Thank you. Do you know about how long the wait is?
About 30 minutes-ish.
30 minutes-ish. Okay, great. So it's a posted 45, but the cast member just told me it's about 30, which is great. So we're going to go ahead and knock that one out. Frozen, because they have plexiglass on the boats, has a much shorter wait now than before they put the plexiglass in the boats. This is definitely a great example of a line that looks really, really long, but isn't as long as you think it is. Like, clearly I'm in China, the country next to Norway, but they have to leave big gaps in the line here because the entertainment, the cavalcades actually step off right in between Norway and China. So they have to leave big gaps in the queue so that if one of those cavalcades needs to step off or step down, they have room for that. So don't be alarmed if you see this one all the way back into China. It moves quickly, and there's bigger gaps than even the 6 feet, which the 6 feet already make it look long. You know what I'm saying. But clock has started. We'll see how long it takes to get on Frozen Ever After. Frozen Ever After, check. I was in and off the ride in under 45 minutes, which was the posted wait time. I would say I actually waited between 30 and 35 minutes, which was fabulous. What was not as fabulous is I got the 4th row, which right now with the plexiglass is definitely the worst row, and you can't request seats. The pros to the plexiglass, the wait times are a lot lower. The cons to the plexiglass, if you're sitting anything but the first row, the plexiglass gets wet, and then when you're riding, you are kind of struggling if you're looking straight ahead to see through the wet plexiglass and you see reflections and stuff. But if you look out to the sides, it's not so bad. So it's kind of a, whatever you think is better. Is it better to wait longer and not have plexiglass? Or is it better to wait not as long and have the plexiglass? I personally would rather wait a little longer and not have the plexiglass, but that's not an option right now. So I still think that's a must-do. I love Frozen Ever After. I know a lot of people liked Maelstrom, and they're mad Frozen replaced it, but I think that ride's cute. I think the animatronics are amazing, and I think the music's amazing. So definitely a must-do on my list when you're at Epcot, no matter what. Even if you think you don't like Frozen, I think you're lying to yourself, but just ride it for the animatronics. It's time to feed again. So I got in line at one of my favorite festival kiosks, the one in China. Now, China's food doesn't normally do it for me. Their regular year-round full service and quick service locations are just okay. They're nothing spectacular, but they always knock it out of the park with their Flower and Garden and other festival kiosks. So we're about to get one of my favorite things at the Flower and Garden Festival and one of my all-time favorite hacks to make it even more delicious. For my snack from the China kiosk, I got the crab and cheese wontons, which are basically crab rangoons, and then I asked them to pour some of the peanut sauce, which is what comes on the chicken on the menu, on the crab rangoons. This is a little hack. This peanut sauce has a little bit of spice and it goes amazing on these wontons. So either ask for it on top or ask for a little bit on the side, and if you're nice, they'll give you some. That's good stuff. Oh, crispy. Lots of that cream cheese filling, and then a little bit of heat from the peanut sauce. It's not much. An absolute must-do at Flower and Garden in my book. One of my favorites on the menus. I checked the wait times as I was eating my delicious wontons, and I noticed a funny thing, and that funny thing was that Test Track is a posted 35-minute wait, 3-5. Are you joking? We're obviously going to go ride Test Track now. It's about 2:40-ish right now, and I think the reason Test Track has dropped so much is because a lot of people got here really early at rope drop, as you saw, and now those people left. And the people that are going to park hop into Epcot later, they probably haven't arrived yet. Epcot is usually the park that's open the latest, so people tend to park hop into Epcot, but clearly not that many people have gotten here yet, even though park hopping starts at 2. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and get in line and capitalize on this 35-minute line here at Test Track, because that's the lowest I've seen it in a long time. I would like to point out they're no longer giving every car to one party. Like before, I get my own car, and now I'm going to be in the back row of a party of 3. So that is an update from when the parks opened. Test Track, check it off the list. It ended up being less than 30 minutes. We got in at the perfect window because it's now back to 60 minutes. So I think we just happened to catch it right when people had left the park that got here early and people hadn't gotten here from park hopping. So I say watch Test Track. If you see it drop under 45 and you're able to scurry over, do it. If not, I think the end of the day is still a great bet. All right. It's time for our one and only reservation of the day. We are headed into the Italy Pavilion for my favorite sit-down restaurant in this park. At the other parks, I haven't done sit-down reservations. We lucked into getting into Oga's Cantina over at Hollywood Studios. Hi there. And we did the Nomad Lounge at Animal Kingdom, but for the most part, right now, if there's a bunch of good rides you want to do, like at Hollywood Studios, you're gonna have to make a choice if you want to have a sit-down meal or if you want to keep on riding rides. And here at Epcot, there's not as many must-do attractions and not as many e-ticket attractions. The main draw of Epcot for many is eating and drinking around the world and enjoying the festival. So I went ahead and made a mid-late afternoon reservation at Via Napoli, which again is my favorite restaurant here. I love to do one big meal and then snack the rest of the day. That's kind of my MO when it comes to Epcot. Or just eat at the festival booths all day, either or. But today we're gonna have our one meal when it's the hottest time of the day. We're gonna sit down, enjoy a little za, and then get back out there. My pizza has arrived. This is the carciofi. This is an individual sized pizza, and the carciofi is one of their specialties. It's a white pizza. It's got multiple different cheeses, fontina, mozzarella, and then it's got artichokes and truffle oil on it, and it is so yummy. It's probably tied for my favorite pizza. The other one I like is the melone e prosciutto, which I had in the Italian food video, which we can link for you. I'm so excited about this pizza. I love it so much. One of my favorite things to eat in all of Disney World is pizza from Via Napoli, so of course it's included on my best day ever at Epcot. It's so good. It's unfair how good it is. The crust is perfect every time. They are perfect at the cheese to crust ratio. I love truffle oil. Slather it on anything and everything as far as I'm concerned. Love these fresh artichokes. This pizza is so good. I don't understand how good it is. Like, it's hard for my brain to comprehend how delicious this is. They make it in these wood fire ovens. They import a lot of the ingredients from Italy. I've heard they even have imported the water from Pennsylvania because it has the closest pH balance to Naples, Italy. So this is my favorite restaurant, sit-down restaurant in Epcot. Other close contenders, Le Cellier, the signature steakhouse over in Canada. I do like Chefs de France in France. I also like the Garden Grill, which is a character dining experience in Future World. The food is very good for a character meal, not as good as food you're going to get in World Showcase, but it's a really good character meal with Mickey and Pluto and Chip and Dale, so that is another great option. I know a lot of people like the dining in Morocco is great. People like the dining in Japan. So you could imagine this time, this mid-afternoon time, could be any restaurant that your heart desires. And I was fiddle-faddling earlier when I was in the text track line. When I first clicked dinner, nothing showed up. But as I fiddle-faddled, I was able to pull up the Beer Garden, Coral Reef, Garden Grill, Le Cellier, La Hacienda de San Angel in Mexico, Tepanito. I was able to pull up a bunch of different reservations. And keep in mind, it's very busy today. By fiddle-faddling in between the actual times. So when you look at the dining reservation sheet, don't just let it click dinner and say, sorry, nothing's available. Click in at 5, at 5:30, 6, go back to 4, go back to 3. Click in around in there and some stuff may pop up. And I checked for a party of 2 and a party of 4, and I was able to get a few things to pop up for each, so keep that in mind. Epcot, obviously, like I've been talking about this whole time, is all about eating and drinking for most people. So some people don't want to do a sit-down meal because they want to nibble their way around, which I totally accept, and that's a great way to do it as well. But if you are going to do a sit-down meal, I recommend doing it late afternoon, early evening, so you can do munchies before and munchies, including dessert munchies after. Oh, isn't this pavilion so gorgeous right now? Just look at this piazza covered in flowers. That's another must-do. If you're at the Flower and Garden Festival, gotta walk around and look at all the topiaries. Anyway, just spent a lovely hour inside Via Napoli, had the most delicious pizza. So now, we continue on. We're gonna go eat again, because we haven't had dessert yet. So we're gonna go get it in the next country. Hello, hi Belle, hi Princess Aurora, hi Snow White. Willkommen, Germany. Now a lot of people I know would love to get a beer here. It's a great spot to grab a beer. So that could be what you do right now. Epcot's a lot harder than the other parks for me to tell you a good order of things to do, because it's basically like, what do you want to eat and drink? Just go do those things. But the key thing is the ride waits. But we're gonna get ourselves a little tasty snack here at the Caramel Shop. Welcome to the Werther's Caramel Shop. It smells amazing in here. This is where they make all kinds of treats with Werther's caramel. They make it here. They've got the popcorn, which I got, but you can also do apples. They've got different cookies, squares, s'mores covered in caramel and chocolate, boozy caramels. Yum, yum, yum. This is one of my 2 favorite dessert spots in Epcot. I decided to go with the classic, the caramel corn from the Caramel Shop. 1, I love popcorn, so I really love caramel corn because I like the sweet salty combo. 2, you get a nice big serving of it. And 3, it's good to save for later. It's a good shareable. It's a good one to tuck in your bag. Don't forget, because it's a merchandise location, that if you have any discounts, you can use them on any treat you'd like in the Caramel Shop. Let's get some popcorn. It is so yummy. Such a decadent delight. Love the sweet and salty. This is a good batch. But if you're looking for a really good treat, a unique treat, definitely recommend the Caramel Shop. I told you guys perfect day in Epcot was just eating. What are you gonna do? So we're headed back to Future World to knock out the other attractions I want to do there, which are the seas and living with the land. This would also be a great time if you wanted to do Figment. do that too. I know I've been zigzagging a little bit, and it's easier for me because I'm by myself. I'm not with any strollers or wheelchairs or big groups of family members that you're trying to herd like cats. So keep that in mind as well. Maybe you wouldn't have popped back into Future World to do Test Track earlier, like I did when I saw it was such a low wait. I think it's going to drop quite a bit in the afternoon as well, so maybe you wait. That is a gamble. We're going to go on the Seas with Nemo and Friends first. This is low-key one of my favorite rides in Epcot. It's definitely my favorite underrated attraction at Epcot. I think it's so cute. Oh, I love these guys. Oh, I just love them. And this ride is a family ride. Anyone can ride it. It's an Omni-Mover. Hello! So it normally doesn't have that long of a line, which is great. And it tells the story of Finding Nemo, which isn't even one of my favorite Pixar movies. I just like this ride. And then you end up in the sea base, which I think is really why I like it, because there's lots to explore, and it's definitely an underrated treasure in the sea base. It was a walk-on. Earlier today, it had as long of a 30-minute wait. So you definitely want to wait till that one drops in the afternoon. Don't waste time waiting in line for that one. Even on the busiest times of year, I would never wait more than like 20, 30 minutes for that one. So it's a pretty busy day today. It's spring break, so to do a walk-on, A+. And now we're in the sea base, and it's time to explore. One fun thing you can do, this is great for your littles, is there's a scavenger hunt with Dory where it sends you on an adventure to all the different exhibits to find the friends of Dory, so different kinds of fish and sea creatures. That's totally free. Do that, but we're just going to meander and go see some of my favorites, like the manatees. Let's see if we can find them. Hello, friend. Oh, you have a nice leafy romaine, it looks like. That looks yummy. Oh, and there's another friend having some right here. Hello. Oh, they're so cute, those big sea cows. And what's interesting about them is they were rescued. One of them got in a boating accident and one of them was orphaned, and they were rescued. And now they live here because they can't go back in the wild. Look at this little guy just having a snack. And the dolphins are out. They're not always out. Hi. Oh, aren't they beautiful? Okay, let's go to the reef now. This is the part I like the best. I like seeing all the fish, and look at that awesome ray. We hit the jackpot. Scalloped hammerhead, sandbar shark, sand tiger shark. Eek! The shark jackpot. Oh, it's so awesome. I love you so much. You're so beautiful. All right, wasn't that fun? We got to see a couple different sharks. We got to see a bunch of different fish, manatees, dolphins. Time to leave the seas. LOL, JK, you didn't think we were going to come to the seas and not say hello to your friend and mine. Obviously, we're going to do that. Mr. Eel, how are you, friend? Now, I was just talking to a cast member that told me this is your wife, Mrs. Eel. How are you guys? Hi, Molly. It's me, Mr. Eel. I've been pretty good. How you been? I've been good, Mr. Eel. You know, I'm always so happy to come see you. How are you, Mrs. Eel? Has Mr. Eel been cleaning? Yes, Molly. He's been cleaning a lot more around the house, around the hole, you know. Got our cozy little cave here. Yeah, I think it's really nice that you guys are cuddling and making an rare appearance like together today. That's really nice. Is that because you knew I was filming the secret to having the perfect day at Epcot video and you guys knew that seeing you together would be perfect? Yeah, Molly, we had a feeling you were going to film this, so here we are. Hi, everybody. It's me, Mr. Eel. Keep wearing those masks. Wash your hands. Stay 6 feet apart. And have fun at Epcot, y'all. Well, thank you so much, Mr. Eel and Mrs. Eel. It's always a pleasure to see you guys. Bye, Molly. Bye, everybody. Like and subscribe. Now that we've checked off the most important thing of the day, which is saying hello to your friend and mine, Mr. Eel, let's go back to the Land Pavilion and ride Living with the Land. All right, Living with the Land, 5 minutes. This is that slow-moving boat ride through the greenhouses here at Epcot. It's a must-do for a lot of Epcot fanatics. Maybe not a must-do if you're a thrill seeker. It's very slow and gentle and nice leisurely attraction. A little boat action, a little lettuce action. It's really nice. I love looking at all of the produce because it's Flower and Garden right now. They actually had some Flower and Garden displays in there, and they had things like edible flower gardens. So I'm assuming that's where they get the edible flowers that go on top of things like the violet lemonade, which is really cool. I just really like it. And I think your kids will like it, especially if you have really little ones, because they'll like looking at the fish and all the pretty flowers. And let me know if Living with the Land is a must for you or not. Journey into Imagination has a 10-minute wait, so if you're a Figment fan, now's the time. But for us, it's been like, I don't know, what, 30, 45 minutes since we've eaten? That feels wrong. Let's go eat more food. Back to World Showcase we go. We got the other half of the countries to explore. Breezing our way through Canada. Another great spot to get a snack if you wanted maple popcorn, but it's been a long time since we've had something to drink. I'm parched. I'm parched, my friends. So we're headed to one of my favorite spots to grab something to drink. Now, there's really no wrong place to grab a drink in Epcot. I take that back. My advice to you when it comes to what you want to drink in Epcot, there's something for everyone. If you're a wine lover, go to France or go to Germany or Italy. You want some sake, go to Japan. You want a good beer? Let's go to Germany or the UK. My only thought to you when you come to Epcot, and if you're going to have yourself an adult beverage or two, try not to drink something you could buy anywhere. You know, I already went on a very long rampage about why you shouldn't buy White Claws in another video we can link for you. But like, you know, when in UK, go to the pub. Don't get a Bud Light. When in France, get one of those slushy drinks or a glass of wine from the wine cellar. So that's my only advice. Pick whatever you like. There's so many good things to drink in Epcot, but just try to be, you know, try to get something you can't get anywhere else. The Rose and Crown Pub, definitely one of my favorite spots to grab an adult beverage in Epcot. Right now it's just to-go service, so you get in line here. They do have your QR code if you'd like to take a look. It used to be that you could sit in here or stand in here and it'd be really crowded and loud and super fun, but obviously they're not doing that right now. I got my favorite pub blend, which is a snake bite, which is Harp and Strongbow, but I think the Strongbow is a little sweet, so I always ask for more beer than cider. And I'm going to come sit at this table right by the topiary of Winnie the Pooh, and I'm really excited about it. That's the stuff. That's the stuff right there. They've got tons of different beers on draft in there. The pub blends are what they're known for. There's a whole bunch of different ones. They do ones with Guinness, they do ones with Harp, they do ones with Strongbow, they do ones with Stella, all different blends, or you can get a mixed drink, or you can get a glass of wine, what have you. And again, a couple to-go food options, but this is my favorite one. Nice and refreshing. It's a lovely evening. Again, as I will say in all of these videos, one of the best things about a perfect day are when you just sit and enjoy who you're with, enjoy some people watching you, enjoy a good snack, a good drink in the park. You got to make time for that in your Disney days or you're not going to make it. If you just go the whole time, you're not going to make it. You're going to have cranky meltdowns, and that's from the adults, not just the kids. So enjoy, sit back, relax. Maybe you'd prefer a beer in Germany. Maybe you'd prefer sake in Japan, wine in France, doesn't matter. Make time to just sit and enjoy yourself and look at topiaries and people watch. There's no better people watching than Walt Disney World.
Oh, Mark! Oh, Mark! I get it.
Okay, if you know me, you know that one of my all-time favorite things is live entertainment in a theme park. So I was really glad to catch the Jammers. There's not a ton of live entertainment in Epcot right now, even though normally all of the countries, for the most part, have some kind of entertainment. And then during the festivals, they've got really fun concerts in the American Gardens Theater. But right now, they do have the Jammers here at the stage in Canada. Also at the stage in America, they have the Mariachi Cobra and the Voices of Liberty. And on the weekend nights, actually, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday nights right now, they have local bands coming. So that's really fun as well. So if you can catch some kind of live entertainment while you're in the parks, I always think that's a really fun little treat. And the Jammers have been around Epcot forever, and I find it amazing. I know they're just like, they're drummers, but they're like drumming on buckets. If you've never seen the Voices of Liberty, I definitely recommend checking them out as well. I wish they were still singing inside the pavilion in American Adventure, because the reverberation off of that dome ceiling makes them sound amazing, but they're still incredible, and you can catch them a couple times a day in the stage in the pavilion as well, though. So yeah, just catch some live entertainment while you're in Epcot. It's all part of the experience. Epcot's a lot more chill, as you may have noticed, than Hollywood Studios, where I was running around trying to get on all the rides. Okay, we're not to the shopping country yet, but I had to pop into Morocco because this is maybe my favorite place in all of Epcot. Isn't this beautiful? It's called the Fez House, and this tile work is so stunning. Morocco actually sent over royal craftsmen and architects. Look at this place. This is an amazing spot if you wanted to grab maybe a sangria or something and come sit in here. Is this not amazing? Like, this does not feel like I'm in a theme park. This is what I mean by a create your own adventure tale. Explore the pavilions. Like, it is so beautiful in here, and I bet most guests don't even know this exists. So take some time, get here early, ride your rides, and then just spend time exploring and eating and drinking, and I promise you'll have a great day. Maybe if you're older. That maybe doesn't sound that fun to kids, but as an adult, it's very fun. We have made it to Japan. Some of you may have guessed this is where we're going shopping, because this is for sure the coolest shop in Epcot. It's called Mitsukoshi, and it's a Japanese department store. And it has so much cool stuff. Even if you have no desire to buy anything in here, I definitely recommend coming and taking a look. In the first part of Mitsukoshi, it is anime dreams come true. Lots and lots of video game things are in here. I don't know that many video games, so I'm so sorry. But I'm led to believe Animal Crossing is a cool thing. I don't know. My husband plays it. I hear people talk about it at work. Pretty sure Quincy plays it. I do not. Legend of Zelda. That's another thing that I don't play, but I've heard of, and I've learned the hard way that this is Zelda, not this guy. I thought this was Zelda because it's called Zelda and he's on the cover, but I later learned his name is Link and she is Zelda. So you could get them. There's also books. This is the part I like because it's all the Mario characters, and I do love a good round of Mario Kart or Super Smash Brothers. In Super Smash Brothers, I'm always this guy right here, Kirby. Hi! And I'm really, really good with him at Super Smash Brothers, but only him. There's also tons of Hello Kitty stuff if you're a Hello Kitty kind of gal or guy. Anyone who wants to love Hello Kitty is cool by me. Pokemon, if you're into that, yeah. There's Pokemon here too. Let's see, I know this one's Pikachu, Squirtle, Charizard, Bulbasaur? It's my best guess. Hold up. Look at these pillows. Are these from Mario Kart? Like, is this a banana, like that you would drop on someone? And these are the shells? For the first time ever, I am geeking out in this store. I probably, like, do I need this pillow? This green shell? It's $40, but like, It's possible I need it. Important question. Our cat doesn't really seem to like me. If I get this, will he like me more or less? It's I mean, he'll look great, so he should like me more. But I think he won't like wearing it, so maybe it's less. Anyway, this is a most bizarre thing I just found. It's called Why Am I Sushi? And it's a keychain. You don't know which one you're gonna get, but it's a keychain of one of these cats dressed like sushi. So we're gonna get this, because this is just something I need to buy. Oh, there's so many, oh my gosh. There's this dog that's like coming out of a concrete wall, and you don't know which one you're gonna get. Those ones look like that. There's Cafe du Meow, and it's your cat's either like in a macaron or a coffee cup. Those look like that. There's these skateboard dogs. You don't know which dog you're gonna get. If one of these dogs looked like Kronk, I would be more inclined. And then there's like these hanging cats that look like those on the top. But I don't see a display for the sushi cat, which is why we need it. Oh, there's hanging dogs too. And sleeping cats, but I think we need Why Am I Sushi Cat. Okay, this mannequin just scared the nonsense out of me because I just saw the feet sticking out. Anyway, they also sell kimonos in here, which is really, really cool. One of my personal favorite things they sell in here is a bunch of incense and little incense holders and stuff. They also sell Japanese sword replicas, but isn't that crazy that you can buy a sword right here in Disney World? And then in the marketplace section, they sell all kinds of Japanese snacks and candy. I did a video once where I ate a bunch of this stuff. Some of it was great, some of it not so much. So you can watch that, we'll link it for you. But my favorite thing that they sell in here are all different flavors of Kit Kats, because there's tons of different flavors of Kit Kat in Japan. So they've got strawberry and green tea right now. It looks like Haichu, a popular candy in Japan. Tons of different flavored potato chips and crispy things, noodles. This is a really fun spot to come get something fun to try. Okay, I've popped into the little Japanese exhibit. Some of the countries actually have these. Japan, America, Morocco, Norway have these cool little exhibits. France, and not a lot of people realize that you can come to a little museum and exhibit. They rotate from time to time. Right now, Japan's is about kawaii, the cute culture. So I popped in here to not only show you this, and you know, we'll go see America's too, because America's changed recently and it's really, really cool. So we'll make one more pit stop before our final treat of the night. But I came in here for some light so that I can open up my Why Am I Sushi Cat. And also, I couldn't resist buying the cat bunny ears. I'm gonna get one of those at random, and I'm gonna put it on my cat later. He's not gonna like it, but it'll be cute. It says, there is a world of sushi cats waiting for you behind the gap. Your state of mind is the key to finding the sushi cat. Okay. I am ready to find the sushi cat. Oh, wow. Wow, look at that beauty. Who is that? That's Geronimo. And you know what? I see it because of the headdress. Wow. I mean, he's on rice. And he has a cool little belt and headdress situation. Now you could get a sushi cat. I very much love Geronimo, but I'm afraid he might be a little offensive with his headdress. Geronimo, I've realized, is wearing like badminton. What are those called? Aren't they called like the birdie or the chicken or something like that from badminton? And then he has a belt, and that's what his headdress is. Hello, Geronimo. You're very cute. We're gonna go into the American Adventure to see their exhibit right now. You could also go see the American Adventure right now if you were so inclined. I do enjoy that show. 30 minutes sitting down, the story of our nation. Hello there. Told with impressive animatronics. I for sure enjoy it. They do have the American Heritage Gallery over this way, which they've had, which is awesome as well. But the new one is over here, and it's themed after soul, so it's about jazz, and they have some really cool stuff in here that like you wouldn't expect to see in a Disney theme park. So they have a couple of different musicians' instruments and sheet music. Some of this is reproductions, but they've got different musical instruments. But the one I want to show you that like floored me, and I had to like take a minute. This is one of Louis Armstrong's trumpets. Isn't that amazing? Can you believe that that's here inside of Epcot? Like, oh cool, I'm just casually walking through Epcot and now I'm seeing a historical artifact owned by one of the greatest musicians in our nation. What? Saxophone from Charlie Parker, also amazing. And then you can learn about jazz and the history of jazz throughout the United States. And it's loosely themed on soul in here. So checking this out is all part of the Exploring the Countries. You've also got, again, the American Heritage Gallery here. In Norway, you have one inside the Stave Church. You can actually go in and learn about the gods like Thor and Loki, not just the Marvel characters, like the actual gods that inspired them. In Morocco, they have a really beautiful exhibit. We saw the one in Japan. So these are other little details that you can look for when you come into the World Showcase countries. But now, it's time for our final treat of the night. We have made it to France for our final stop of the day. We're gonna go to my favorite quick service location to get dessert.
You want to go see that?
There's actually two great places you could get dessert in France. You could go to l'Artisan des Glaces, which is ice cream. And now I'm like, should I do that? Or you can go to L'All Bakery, which is the bakery I'm obsessed with. And you know what? I love the ice cream shop. I absolutely recommend it. It's an A+ treat, one of the best. But I'm gonna have to stick with my tried and true favorite, which is the bakery here in the back. L'All has all of these delicious savory treats, as well as all these amazing sweet treats. Basically everything has cheese on it, which is my dream come true. I did a whole video about how much cheese you can eat in Epcot, and this spot was a highlight for me. They've got an amazing cheese board, they've got sandwiches, they've got quiche. Yum, yum, yum. How am I gonna resist not getting cheese and just getting dessert here? Here is my favorite dessert in all of L'All. It's this strawberry tart. It's got a crunchy shell and then fresh strawberries. I don't know how they get these amazing strawberries year round. And then homemade whipped cream in the middle. It's so simple. It's so perfect. I'm obsessed with it. And also, oops, I literally can't go in there and not order cheese. So this is maybe my favorite thing in there. It's top of the list, if not the number one. It's so simple. Again, it's just a croissant, cheese, ham, and bechamel sauce. And this thing is $5. That is the best $5 you'll ever spend in Disney as far as I'm concerned. So here's our last snacks of the night. It's so good. I want to cry. This is my favorite quick service in all of Disney. It always has been. Even when it was a little bitty bakery next door where the ice cream shop is now. It's got that flaky croissant, yummy cheese, creamy bechamel. It's so good. A must get IMO of my final dessert. Like from a can, I would never eat like Ready Whip and stuff. I'm just not my thing. But this fresh whipped cream, you can tell they made it. It's so phenomenal. This dessert is so simple. If you're more of a chocolate fan, might I recommend the chocolate mousse? It's phenomenal. They also have beignets in there. They've got macarons that are fantabulous. Croissants, chocolate croissants. You cannot go wrong in there as far as I'm concerned. I'm telling you, this is the way to do Epcot. Okay, so we just finished with our last feeding at L'All, and I came out here to see that the Harmonious barge is practicing squirting a bunch of water. This has never happened before. If you're unfamiliar, Harmonious, the U.S. is capital. At least it was. They made a ditch that. But Harmonious is the new nighttime spectacular coming to Epcot that's going to encompass these barges out on the lagoon. And during the day, they're going to be like fountains, but during night, it's going to be fireworks and lasers and all kinds of excitement and clearly water effects for Epcot's new nighttime spectacular. No idea when that's going to start, but look, they're practicing right now. Now this is really something, but I want you to imagine it with the music from Harmonious and the Epcot experience. that goes a little something like this. See the lion when the sun in the sea, and it calls me, and no one knows how far it goes. Do you have a more clear image of what it'll be like now? Well, friends, that is a wrap on our perfect day here at Epcot. I hope you had fun following along. I hope you learned some tips and tricks for how to spend your day at Epcot. What we learned is that you should rope drop Soarin' and Spaceship Earth, wait for Test Track, check it throughout the day, and now as I'm leaving the park, it's only a 30-minute wait, so waiting till the end of the day would also be a great move when it comes to Test Track. I hope you had fun finding some new eats and treats to try, journeying around World Showcase together. Let me know your favorite thing to do at Epcot in the comments. In the meantime, friends, make sure to rate, review, subscribe to our channel, follow us on social media at AllEars.net, and until next time, y'all, I'm Molly, and it's been magical.
Want to see more of my videos? Click over here. Want to subscribe? You can do that right here. And also, ring that notification bell to make sure you get instantly notified anytime we post a new video. Thanks for following. See you real soon.